Hi, welcome to Khong Driving. And today we are back again in our friendly neighborhood Toyota dealership in Amasuria, United Star Corporation. And what we're going to do today is we're going to solve the dilemma or try to help you to solve the dilemma of whether to buy the Yaris or the Vios. Let's go inside. All right, we're inside the United Star Corporation showroom, and on my left is the new Yaris, and on my right is the Vios. So looking at it visually, what do you see? Now, remembering that the Yaris is basically built on the same platform as the Vios, but the difference is the Yaris is a hatchback, while the Vios is a sedan. But other than that, there are some very small differences. Well, you can see the bonnet line is the same, the lights are the same, but there are slight differences in the grille. Okay, this grille is a bit more complicated, whereas this one is a bit simpler for the Vios. Okay, so you can see the target market for the Yaris versus the Vios is slightly different. The Vios seems to be targeted more at the family, the most serious type of Toyota owner, because that's what Toyota is all about, reliability and durability. So the Yaris is just as reliable and durable as the Vios because they're built on the same platform. But you can see here, the grille design is made to appeal more to the younger set, young people like me, for example. Okay, now there's a bit of difference here, yeah? At this moment now, the Vios, maybe interest seems to be waning, or Toyota wants the Vios to remain just as high in demand. So what you are getting now if you buy a Vios is free body kit. So you can see here the bottom spoiler, and this is the add-on, then the side skirt and the rear spoiler. All right. Now this on the Yaris is worth 2,800 ringgit. But you can see now this is not here. You've seen my previous video, the Yaris will have the body kit. Now, it's an optional extra. You have to pay money for it. So, the dilemma. When they only had the Vios, you just come and buy the Vios lah. Now they have the Yaris. So, which one should I buy? Now, let's look at it from a price perspective, right? I've written it down here so that I don't quote the wrong number, yeah? There are three grades for the Vios and the Yaris. So the first one is the J, and then there's the mid spec, which is the E, and the top spec, which is the G. So in terms of the Vios versus the Yaris, in terms of spec, they are about the same, the cars are the same. So for the J spec, the Vios sells for 77,200 ringgit. And the Yaris is actually a little bit under 7,000 ringgit cheaper because it has 70,888 versus 77,200. Okay, there is almost a 7,000 ringgit difference in the two. And mechanically, they are about the same. And the only thing is there is no boot at the back for the Yaris. And that is worth about 7,000 ringgit. For the E-Class, there's a difference of slightly under 5,000 ringgit. The comparison is 81,200 versus 76,888 for the Yaris. Okay, again, 81,000 for the Vios E-grade, the mid-grade, versus 76,888, a little bit under $5,000 difference. When it comes to the G, the Vios is 87,002 versus 83,888. So there's almost a $4,000 difference in the two prices. Okay, so the conclusion is for the same spec, the Yaris seems to be more affordable, or rather more worth your money lah. So should I go straight to the Yaris? On the surface, the answer would be yes, but there are certain other considerations lah. And the first consideration would be for the boot space. Now, let's take a look at the back side of the Yaris. To me, this seems to be a more sporty shape, and it will appeal more to the younger set of people, like me, yeah. Okay. So looking at the boot, this is the boot that seems to be what you call a reasonable boot size, yeah? But the difference is almost 200 liters difference, you know. So this one has 310 liters, and what we're going to do now is we're going to do a very quick exercise on luggage space. Here we are at the Vios. This is the Vios boot, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in some luggage. I've actually done some pre-testing, and this is a 30-inch piece of luggage, and it goes into the boot. And this is a 28-inch piece of luggage, pretty big already, yeah? And it goes in beside this. So 2 bags for overseas travel can go into the back of a Vios. And then we managed to put in one of these. Managed to put in one. You can put it this way or that way, but that's about it lah. There is a bit of space here. You can't put a bag unless it's very narrow, but you can put your knapsack, you know, some small stuff you can stuff here and there lah. So this is what the Vios can carry. What better way to compare than to take the same bags and go over to the Yaris. Wow, this is tough work, you know. Okay, luckily the bags are kosong one. Okay, let's move them over. Okay, shall we start with the 30-inch? Nope. It's not long enough, so you have to go this way. Then, can we put it standing up? Can. Yep, it will still close. And of course, you can actually remove this if you want to. Okay, let's see. Can I put the second bag in? Just about. Can it close? Nope, it cannot close. Sorry. It's too high, so you cannot put 2. Can I put slipping down and put 2? Wait. Nope, you cannot, but let's see what happens. Okay, when you get desperate and you only have one small car. Okay, this one, Mommy, we keep this at home, yeah? Okay. So let's take this one out and you keep it at home. Then can I put another big bag underneath, on top? Let's see. Okay, it's a bit squeezed, but it can close. You close gently, yeah? Okay. Okay, it can close. So 2 bags can go in. So the difference is 300 and 500. But what we have done is we've cheated a little bit. We've taken off the tonneau cover, so you can squeeze. But this one cannot, lor. Okay, you can put like this. Then this one cannot, lor. Okay, so the difference is the boot space. If you want the boot space, you have to go that way. But if you don't travel very often, then this okay lah. You save anything from 4 to 7,000 ringgit, yeah? Actually 3,000 plus to 6,000 plus lah. But that's a substantial saving. Plus, one more thing. This is what you can do if you don't travel very often and sometimes you need luggage space. You can put the seat down. Okay? Now let's go to the other side. The camera will stay here. We'll go to the other side. And we will release. This is 60-40 split, yeah? Since the 70s, this has happened. So you can put a long item here, and then what I was told is you can do this to the front. You can put it down, but you have to take down. If you take off the headrest, it will be a little bit flat lah. You can put a longer item inside if you want. Okay? So it doesn't really go full flat, but you can have this additional space if you want. And you can actually do like this. If you have 3 passengers, you can put this one up. You can have 1, 2, 3 people in the car, and you can put your luggage from inside. So you can actually have the same luggage that you put into the Vios into the Yaris and still survive. So the 200 liters of additional space, is it really useful? Of course it's useful. There is a use for it, but there's more than one way to skin a cat, ma. So therefore, if you need the luggage space every day, if you're a Grab driver, take the Vios, yeah? If you are not, then this is something to consider, and consider the saving. Now, a 7,000 ringgit difference taken over 7 years is roughly 1,000 ringgit a year, okay? The interest is 2-3%, so let's not look at that. And over a period of 12 months, it's about 80 ringgit more. Okay, now I'm talking about paying more for the Vios, yeah? So the difference is only 80 ringgit per month of installment or thereabouts. If you buy the J Vios versus the J Yaris, you pay 80 ringgit more a month. And if you decide to choose the E, the difference of 5,000 ringgit over 7 years is roughly 700 ringgit a month. Over a period of 12 months, it's about 60 ringgit difference in the installments that you pay, yeah? And if you choose the G, because the price difference is just under 4,000 ringgit, over 7 years, it's 600 ringgit per year, and your difference is 50 ringgit in monthly installments. So therefore, if you buy the Vios G versus the Yaris G, you are only paying about 50 ringgit more per month over a 7 period. So therefore, the conclusion is repayment is not as significant. You just have to get over the fact that you have to pay $7,000 ringgit more, yeah? The obvious choice now seems to lean towards the Yaris, except for those who want luggage space. And for those who don't mind paying a little bit more, yeah? There is also the looks preference. If you prefer the younger look, you go for the Yaris. You see, you get a very nice hatchback shape compared to the sedan shape, okay? So it depends on what you like. And at the moment, the Vios seems to have the advantage because the body kit is free. Yeah, you save 2,800 ringgit. But I've driven both the cars, and there is a little bit of difference in the handling, okay? Now, the Yaris doesn't have a tail, so the overhang past the rear axle is really very short. And I've driven both the Yaris and the Vios, and driven in anger too, yeah? And what I find is maybe there's a weight difference or something, but the response to throttle for the Yaris seems to be slightly better than the Vios, slightly only, because remember they are the same 107 PS engine in both the cars, the same 7-speed CVT, okay? But the response seems to be better on the Yaris. Also, round the corners, especially when you do late braking into a corner, the weight distribution seems to favor the Yaris. So going to a corner you're able to kind of lean the car in, and that will give you a slight oversteer position and makes the car turn into the corner so much better. That is only my personal feeling lah. Of course, if you drive the car very slow, you will not feel the difference. The Yaris wins a little bit on handling. So what else? Okay, we are going to do a bit of price comparison. Vios G versus the Yaris G. This is the Vios G, okay? This is the Yaris G. What do you get for the 4,000 ringgit extra that you pay for the Vios? First of all, at this moment, there is a free body kit. That is worth 2,800 ringgit. That's the value you're getting. And what I hear is, okay, this is a part of the body kit, and what I hear from people is it's a stick-on by double-sided tape. You take this off, it gives the car a totally different character. Makes it really good, look good. This one to me is like Stormtrooper, you know, Star Wars, the Stormtrooper, especially in white. Yeah, and the Vios gives you leather seats. Now, from my experience, if you want to do a set of leather seats outside, it's between 3,500 ringgit to 4,000 ringgit. That is the difference in value. But if I suppose if Toyota does it, maybe they get it for 2,500 or even less. I don't know. But you are not Toyota, so you cannot buy. You buy individually, 3,000 to 4,000. So you have 2,008. Let's say 3,000 is 5,008 difference. Plus, so the Yaris gets fabric seats. There is a value lah, but to put on leather seats, it costs money. And there is the pedal shifters. Okay, let's have a quick look. The Vios comes with pedal shifters. Okay, which I complain the Yaris doesn't have. All right. So, if you look at the $4,000 difference or 4,000 ringgit difference between the Vios and the Yaris, I think in terms of value for money, at this moment, the Vios has the edge. So if you are really somebody who really look at, you know, calculating a lot value versus price and all that, the Vios seems to be a better buy. Especially if you are not a fussy driver like me, you won't know the difference between the performance and all that. Yeah, you get a very nice looking car, and it's a sedan. You get more luggage space. But if you want to look at the Yaris, I would look at one thing. Yeah, the Yaris J, it's a full automatic. It's got 7 airbags. It's got the traction control. It's got all the safety that you want. Okay, it doesn't have the 360 view camera. It doesn't have disc brakes at the rear, but neither does the E. Only the G has it, and it has 15-inch wheels instead of 16. Now this is the G. This has 16-inch wheels, but the price difference is close to 7,000 ringgit. Why? My own opinion, it is Toyota, UMW Toyota Malaysia's strategy to price the J down to a very attractive level, and this is to catch all of you fellas who are moving up from the Protons and the Peroduas. They want to catch you, get you into the Toyota family, okay, as the first step by offering you a car at 70,888. So to me, the Yaris J is a very good bargain. And I think by now you know me, no? I care more about the performance of the car rather than the frills and trills. Of course, if you like all the frills and all the bells and whistles, go for the G. Because G Yaris is also worth the money. It's 4,000 ringgit cheaper, but actually the value for money is still stands with the Vios G, because the additional stuff that you get on the Vios is definitely worth more than the 4,000 ringgit that you have to pay, more than the Yaris G. So have I confused you enough? Well, keep on watching our channel. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.